Hi, Mama. It's Jocelyn here with Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood. And today I want to help you in your pregnancy. Specifically, I want to give you a tactical that can help you when you are feeling pain. So let's jump into it. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. I imagine if you don't already know, you are probably finding out that pregnancy can be accompanied with pain. There's a lot of different types of pains that we can feel, and throughout different stages of pregnancy, it can bring different pains. The first trimester often brings the pain of nausea and sickness. The last trimester often brings the pains of being so uncomfortable and all sorts of other pains that you can feel on and off throughout pregnancy. Rib pains, heartburn, nausea, which I already mentioned, fatigue. There are a lot of different pains that come with pregnancy. And if we're not careful, it is very easy to dwell on and almost wallow in these pains and just feel like it is so hard. It is too hard to do what we normally do and feel all this pain. I have done some episodes on giving yourself grace during pregnancy and also episodes on healing it to feel it. Feel it to heal it. I said that backwards. And I encourage you to listen to those episodes. I will find them and link them below. And listen to those because those are kind of prerequisite and can really help with what we're going to get into today. Today is talking about the pain and not dwelling on it. Now, this is really hard because we are not used to feeling these pains. When we're not pregnant, we don't often feel these types of pains that are debilitating and really make us it almost knocks us off our feet, and it's really hard to cope, to get along and to do the things that we feel we should as moms. And it's difficult. So the tactical that I really want to talk about and give you today is the art of distraction. And it sounds simple and maybe even a little bit comical, but it helps. It actually significantly helps if you can just get your mind off of the pain. And one way to do that is through the art of distraction. What exactly is the art of distraction? Well, it basically is what it says. It is distracting yourself so that your mind is not filled with and occupied on your miseries and your pain. Now, there are distractions that are better than other distractions. So distracting yourself with your phone and scrolling social media is not going to really serve you. I mean, it might serve in a way to take your mind off the pain, but in other ways it's going to hinder you and not help. So I here on this podcast do not encourage you to use scrolling on social media as a distraction. Instead, I want you to try something else to distract yourself with. If you are really sick, I imagine you probably don't feel up to doing many projects, activities, or trying new things. So you're probably laying on your couch or your bed just feeling miserable. And if you're not using your phone, it can be very easy to just wallow in that pain. So I want to give you a distraction for this phase, and then we will maybe go into distractions for other phases when you're not quite so sick. So when you are feeling pretty miserable, instead of dwelling in that misery, I want you to shift your thoughts. And I want you to shift them to something positive in your life. This shouldn't be really hard, and it shouldn't take a lot of extra mental energy. Just the first thing that comes to your mind that's positive, think about it. And then let your mind get drifted and carried away on this thing. Maybe it's not even a thing. Maybe it's a person. But distract your mind from thinking about your misery, about your pain, and begin thinking about that person or that thing, and let that thought process go. Why are you so grateful for that person? Why are you so grateful for that thing? And let your mind feed and feast on this versus your pain. Now, if you are feeling to a spot to where you can kind of move around a little more, you're not quite as sick, but still not your whole self, I would encourage you to read. Pick up a novel or a book or some kind of encouragement to help you get through. Maybe pick up kids' books and read them to your children. But reading can be a very good way to get your mind off of your misery. If you're feeling up to it while you're in that sick phase of morning sickness, you might be able to pick up a book then. For me, I even found it difficult to read during that sickness phase because it was just, everything was a little bit more difficult in that phase. But read. Pick up something enlightening that is a story. Try something that you haven't read, or reach out for ideas on books to read that will help you get through. I actually liked fast-paced mystery novels when I was going through some of these really hard times with pregnancy and actually a miscarriage. They really helped distract my mind when I was going through that pain and the bleeding of the miscarriage. And it was a tough thing to go through, and I definitely did take time to feel those pains to help heal them. But reading helped me take my mind off of, poor me, why is this miscarriage happening to me? This is so hard. And but we're not focusing on a miscarriage in this episode. We're focusing on distracting our mind during pregnancy, and that reading can help you get through those pains, and it helped me during pregnancy as well. So those are a couple of tacticals to help you with the art of distraction. Get creative on the art of distraction. Think of new ways to think. Think of new things to distract yourself with when you begin to feel those aches and those pains that can drive you and your mind to kind of mental despair. One of my goals on this podcast is to help you get out of that despair, and is to help you to find positivity. If this helps you, I encourage you to share it with your pregnant friends. Tell them about the Positivity in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast and how it's helping to enlighten your mind and your life. If this is hard and you find that these distractions even still are hard to remember and hard to do, I have a mini course called the Positive Pregnancy Program, where I encourage you to find the positivity, but you can just play it on your phone. You don't have to get up and read. You don't have to find a good book. You don't have to scroll social media. You can just watch or listen to these videos that encourage the mindset tips that can help you through this pregnancy, especially the morning sick phase when you just are feeling pretty terrible. I have been there 4 times, and it has been difficult with each, but I found that as I shifted my mindset, as I shifted my thoughts, as I distracted myself from the pain, it got a little bit more bearable. Heavenly Father wants you to succeed in this pregnancy, in finding the good mental thoughts that'll help you to find more and deeper beauty in pregnancy. And I know you want that for yourself because you are listening to this podcast. You are a mom who takes care of her mind, body, and soul in pregnancy, even if it doesn't look the same as it did before, even if it's not ideal, even if you let your mind just switch from the negative to the positive. If you need that extra help, that Positive Pregnancy Program is the top link in the show notes. I'd love to have you join and fill your mind with good, positive thoughts. This is a journey, and I want to help you in this journey. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Most of all, thank you for implementing these into your life. Until next time. Thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.